We turn now to our partnership with Planet Forward, a program that brings experts and leaders together to create innovative projects in areas of energy and sustainability. Today's innovator is the University of Maryland. Researchers there are working to improve two universal frustrations for smartphone users: battery life and signal strength. But rather than convenience, their motivation is safety. Planet Forward's Frank Sesno explains.
In our wireless world, you're nowhere without a good battery and a solid connection. But wouldn't it be better if we could improve both and use less energy? One team at the University of Maryland uploaded an idea to Planet Forward. Their motivation, they say, is safety, noting what can happen in an extreme setting to a lithium battery that's been deliberately shorted.
Clearly, battery failure is no joking matter.
The Maryland team says their technology, which puts a solid polymer in the middle of that battery, would prevent the explosion and be better for the environment.
Current batteries have to be disposed in a certain way because the liquid electrolyte, which is the toxic material that we're trying to replace, can leach out of the battery. So our technology will result in a battery that will be all solid. So it will be definitely more sustainable.
The Maryland team has set up a company to take their technology to market. They're talking to a major battery manufacturer. Other scientists are doing this too, though, so the race is on. When we visited, we learned that they're leveraging their work into other devices as well. Check this out. It's a flexible antenna.
It looks like the rubber in your tire, but it has unique properties. It's a magnetic material. So the advantage is that it can be coated, it can be shaped anywhere where you like it. It doesn't have to be a flat device, so you can use your casing of your cell phone as your antenna.
And if you look at another video they showed us, you can see the possible future of food safety. Look at the reaction in this simple Petri dish, which we've speeded up. A polymer is changing color in response to the simulated presence of a dangerous bacteria. To be sure, these innovations in polymer are a couple of years away from your local store shelf, and there's a lot of competition. But with funding from a variety of sources, including the U.S. military, the Maryland team hopes their research can help move the planet forward.
And we're joined now by Frank Sesno, director of the School of Media and Public Affairs at George Washington University. He is in Washington. Frank, welcome back. So what is the advantage of polymers for this kind of work exactly?
Oh, the advantage, there are a lot of them. And what's really interesting, you remember the movie, maybe before your time, Emily, The Graduate, 1967? You know, the guy played
I've seen The Graduate. Of course I've seen The Graduate.
One word, plastics, right? Well, that's what polymers are. Polymers are plastics. So we put the plastics in the middle of the battery. We put the plastics, and we can now mold them and turn them into antennas like you saw there. You can put plastics, I don't know if this sounds so great, or something like it, in a food so you can determine when the bacteria there and the stuff is bad. In the battery, it saves about 30% of space, weight, and energy. That's a very big deal when you're trying to pull the weight down in a plug-in hybrid electric car or something like that. In these other things where they can craft them and shape them, you can save space and therefore production money with the determining the bacteria or something bad that's in food. This is a passive system, so you don't need energy to go testing, and you actually are much more efficient with the food supply because you put these little things in there and see exactly which items are spoiled on the shelves. So rather than throwing everything out, you pick the ones that are bad, although we don't want anything bad on the shelf. So there's a lot of advantage in this stuff.
Interesting, Frank. Good to know. Thanks so much. Planet Forward's Frank Sesno. Thanks for joining us.